have a story to share with you. I hope you like it too. Come and meet by my feet. This story is bound to be a treat. Good morning, friends. We are going to be reading one of my all-time favorite books when I was a little kid. It's called Froggy Gets Dressed by Jonathan London. If you guys have any questions or comments during the book, just feel free to raise your hand and we will address them. It was cold. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow! 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 I want to play in the snow. Tap your chin if you have ever been excited to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know? Frogs are supposed to sleep all winter long. Wake up when the snow melts. No, no, cried Froggy. I'm awake, awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks, zoop, pulled on his boots, zup, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Whisper to your neighbor if you've ever worn a hat and mittens in the snow. I've worn a hat and mittens in the snow. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants. Yes?
I thought frogs lived in warm places.
Frogs hibernate during the winter, but Froggy was so excited that he put on all his clothing so he could play in the snow, so he was warm when he went outside.
Okay.
He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, pulled off his boots, he left his socks on, and slipped his pants on. Zip! Raise your hand if you have ever had to go back inside for something and taken all your stuff off after playing in the snow and had to re-put everything on when you went back outside. Me too. Then he pulled on his boots, zup, put on his hat, zap, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged off his mittens, zum, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, he cried. I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, added his mother. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat. He left his pants, boots, and socks on, and buttoned up his shirt. Zut, zut, zut. Then he snapped on his coat, snap, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat. He had on his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots. He had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could be missing? Your underwear, his mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Have you ever been embarrassed of something that you've done in front of your friends? Shake your head yes. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, unsnapped his coat, unbuttoned his shirt, and unzipped his pants. Pulled off his boots, took off his socks, he left his hat on, and slipped his long johns on with a zap of elastic. Then he put on one sock, zoop, pulled on one boot, zup, tugged on one mitten, started to tug on the other, and let it drop and said, "I'm too tired." And went back to sleep. Good night, Froggy. Tell me about a time where you have played in the snow. Raise your hand if you have a time where you've played in the snow and you've gotten tired. Yes.
I once built a snowman with my brothers.
And were you tired after that?
Yes.
Did you have to take a nap?
Yes.
Yes.
One time I went sledding in the snow and I got very tired after.
Really? That's happened to me before too. That'll take it out of you. Okay, well now we are going to end our book and we will reread this another time. And I will put it on the shelf if you have any desire to read this book